The next man I bring to your attention, he also was no preacher. He was not a missionary. He was not an evangelist. He was just a very fine Christian man. Truett, Cathy. Many of you know him because his name is associated with a restaurant he began called Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A that is not open on Sunday. Just like Hobby Lobby, the great successful store, is not open on Sunday. They said Sunday is the Lord's day. It's a holy day, not a holiday. I know in our area, when they came to the Silicon Valley a few years ago, they said, you're going to have to be open on Sunday. You won't make it. They're making it just fine. Mr. Cathy, they said, was always just such a humble man. He was brought up in the Baptist church. He got saved early. For over 50 years of his life, he taught Sunday school, taught a boys' class, spent his life trying to help them. Many times they were from good Christian homes. Many times from homes that they had no good, solid upbringing. He would work with those boys. He'd train them in the paths of righteousness. He would hire them for the Chick-fil-A's. Some became managers of stores. An incredible story of a man that said, I'm going to use my life to make a difference in the lives of others. Whether it be in business, friend, today, young people, if you're to be a businessman, be a good one. But seek ye first the kingdom of God. And that all things He might have the preeminence. Be a moral, godly, honest businessman. Be a hard worker. Know what it is to have thrift. Don't waste money. Invest money in the work of God. Lay up your treasures, not down here. Lay it up in heaven. Whether you be a businessman, whether you be a CEO, a chief executive officer for a corporation, perhaps you're going to run Apple Computer or a computer company like Apple that you might actually establish. Somebody had to begin Apple. Somebody had to begin Yahoo and Google and Facebook and all these other great companies. In 1959, just up the road, 15 minutes from here, two young college students, Hewlett-Packard, began the computer in 1959 in a little garage. Are you supposed to be a doctor? What a high calling. A nurse? What a high calling. A caregiver? What a high calling. A grocery store operator? What a great job. Are you to run an ice cream shop? I worked at Baskin-Robbins. I worked in the grocery store. I worked in the radiator shop. I worked in the parts house. I worked washing dishes in college. I worked scrubbing floors. My first job in the ministry was being a janitor and a music director. Whatever God places in your hand, do it all for His glory. Young people, what we're asking you today is not necessarily leave this conference knowing you to be a pastor. That may happen. It's happened for others. But why don't you just determine, I am not going to do anything over these next many years of my life as I discover the will of God that will ruin the journey ahead. You marry the wrong girl. You marry the wrong young man. Your journey will be abbreviated and will have to be changed. God has a path for you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Find His path. Find His way. Now there's a broad way. It leads to destruction. But there's a narrow way. Find it and get on that journey. And get on that journey for life. God bless you, young people.